And welcome back to the Atlanta Falcons franchise rebuild. Here today will be the mid-season report. The Falcons are right now on the top of their division here at 6-1 over right now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 5-1. So in today's episode, let's get through the draft. Let's go through my thoughts on the team, some stats, and let's look at the up-and-coming games. And yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy. Well, let's start this week with an upgrade to our franchise quarterback, Blake Rivers. I've been pretty critical of him throughout this season. I felt that hasn't been playing to what I think his potential can be. So he definitely needs this upgrade. Let's go with strong arm. I want to see if we can get some deep accuracy. And we got some deep, break sack, throw under pressure, and mediums. That's a really good upgrade here to help him out. Last week versus the Tennessee Titans, Blake did win NFC Offensive Player of the Week again, so back-to-back weeks, this time throwing 3 touchdowns and over 350 passing yards, which was fantastic. Let's go check out on the stats so far this season. Let's go see how Blake Rivers has been playing. Right now, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I think he has thrown an interception every single week, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's been a week. Yeah. Every single week, he's thrown a turnover, and only one game he has not thrown a touchdown. I would say overall, he's very inconsistent, but he's consistent in throwing turnovers, and that's one thing that I definitely need to be doing a better job at slowing down. In the rushing end, Starks has been playing very good football, very happy with how he's been playing. I know he's out the next 2 games after the bye week, which definitely will hurt our team, and we kind of have to start to think about if we want Gus Edwards to be the starting running back, because we haven't had this decision to be made in 2 years pretty much. So far, Ito Smith been very happy with his production. I don't really mind if he doesn't take a ton of carries. Maybe he will get the nod at the starting running back helm. I don't know just yet. In the receiving end, Colombo leads the team with 650 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's been a major difference maker. And then obviously Calvin Ridley with also close to 600 yards, and he has 6 touchdowns. So far, this is kind of how I wanted the offense to be this year. Getting the ball to Colombo, Ridley, Smith, and Kelly, letting Jones be that security blanket, and we've been doing that perfectly. Very happy with that. In terms of the offensive line, we will be getting Jake Matthews back, which is definitely very big for us. But for the offensive line, they have not really struggled too much, which is definitely a good thing here. We've invested a lot of money in it, and they've been playing well. Defensively, one thing I'll read, please catch interceptions. That's what I really would love to see from you. But so far, Grady Jarrett 5 sacks, John Franklin Myers 5 sacks, and David Banks 4 sacks. So far, definitely our top 4 defensive linemen have been playing good football. Grand total of 17 sacks. So that's exactly what we want to be seeing. Definitely happy with them playing good football. In terms of the secondary, A.J. Terrell with that big 4 interception game a couple weeks ago versus the Giants. We have not really seen anyone else step up in terms of both Blackman and Jairi. I just feel like they're not throwing the football to Jairi's side anyways, so I'm okay with that. But definitely wanting to see some more interceptions. And kicking, 2 missed extra points, so not too worried about Matthew Wright. But before we do that, here's the draft class. I think I showed you guys this back in week 3, but I wanted to show you guys the progress that I've been making. I have been kind of focused at the wide receiver position. I feel that Julio Jones is going to retire at the end of this year, and so far, Alexander Duck here, definitely good receiver. We got Kai here, late first round pick. I don't really think I have a favorite. Probably Jermichael Woodington here. He's a big physical receiver. Probably could be able to replace Julio Jones the best, as well as he's an early second round pick with early first round talent. He's probably my favorite receiver so far. But one thing that I am happy about, there are 2 offensive linemen, especially because the fact that Matt's contract's up. We got to be starting to think about guard and maybe getting a new starting offensive lineman here. Pretty much these 2 guys are the same, just kind of different blocking. We just know that James Ryan's here has better run blocking and he has better lead block. That's about it. Other than that, I have really not been focusing too much on defense. I've been looking at some run stopping, off-ball linebackers. I think Vince Taylor here has been definitely one of those players that I would end up drafting in the 2nd round. But other than that, we really have not been focusing too much on the defense. We've invested a lot to this defense, so not really going to be probably focusing on this during the next offseason. But with these points, let's just continue with this offensive line. Let's look at centers. Jake Andrews is probably the only one that I would be willing to draft. So, and then let's go finish out the right guard spot, as we will not be finding anyone super intriguing. Now, maybe these 2, we'll throw them on the board just because of A- lead block. But that is the draft right now. If the draft started today, we would have the 30th overall pick. Next up, let's look at some contracts. I think I talked about this very early on, back in week 3. So right now with Deion Jones, we're going to kind of take a step back and probably wait until the end of the year until regression hits. Hey, if Julio Jones wants to come back, we'll end up giving him a contract, but not until the end of the year. But I think this week, let's give contracts to let's offer to Blackman and Chris here. These are definitely 2 players I want to be keeping on this team long term. Keep them in their prime. So let's start with Blackman. 5 years, $30 million. Let's just bump it up just a little bit. 5 years, $31 million, close to 32. And we got that deal done. So we're getting our free safety for the next 5 years. That's very good. When we traded for Blackman 3 seasons ago, he's made a huge impact for our defense. He's stayed very healthy. And he's always been a ball hawk for us. I think in the first game he had an interception, and on the first play too. Very happy so far with Blackman. This contract keeps him right around $5 to $6 million a year, and that's pretty good for us. For Chris, we definitely need to make this, I think, a longer term deal. I definitely would like for him to be on this roster for the next 5 years. Get him at 31 years old, 32. So we'll bump it up just a tad. 5 years, $56 million. And we got that deal done. Keeping Chris on this team, he's been our best offensive lineman throughout this entire franchise until we brought in Trent Brown. And he's been consistent. He's always been a consistent offensive lineman. And even in terms of injuries, I think this is the first time he's dealt with an injury. Yep. So, not really too concerned there. So, happy that we got him to come back. For the rest of the contracts, I just don't think I'm going to be working on too many other ones. We have to decide what we want to do with Jake Matthews, but we do have D. Ellis, who played very well in his replacement. Marlon Davis, some of these players that we don't really need to focus in on at this moment in time, I don't think. So, right now, it's pretty much giving a contract now to Deion Jones, or do we just wait? I think for right now, we'll wait just because of regression, and I don't want to give him a big 4-year contract until regression hits. And because of the injury to Deion Starks, the last move I'm going to be making is trading for Alex Allen here, an Kansas City Chief. We're trading away a 3rd-round pick, a 4th-round pick, and James White to get him. Now the main reason I did this was because Alex here is only in his second year. He's in his second year, he has normal development, he has great speed, he has solid strength, he has good hands. He can do a little bit of everything besides really kick return. And I think, you know, putting him into the starting lineup, which we will, he's going to immediately become a starter for our offense. I think this will really help out the team a lot more than going out with Gus Edwards. I will be making one more move. I think we're going to be moving off of Gus. I really haven't liked how he's been playing. I don't like the feel of him when I'm rushing with him. So I'm going to be updating you guys maybe with another trade. So I decided not to do any trades. I couldn't find a really good trade partner with for Gus Edwards, but I decided to cut him, and we're going to bring in back Xavier Rhodes, signing him to a 1-year deal. Mostly because I feel that our depth in the secondary needs to improve. You know, Patrick Peterson has been out for these last few weeks, and he's still going to be out for another 3 games. So I would like a veteran that I know who has made plays for us in the past. He's been with us for the last 2 years. He has 12 interceptions total being with us. So Rhodes will come back. He's going to pretty much play the Patrick Peterson role as being that backup guy. Brian Jenkins will still be the starter over him, but Rhodes is now on the team. So guys, this will be the mid-season report. We went out there, we brought back Chris for a new contract, as well as Blackman with a new contract. We're welcoming back Xavier Rhodes, as well as we're welcoming in a new starting running back for the next 2 weeks, and Alex Allen here. Very excited to see how Allen will play for us. Excited to see if he can develop also nicely for the next 3 years. Let's see where we got him. And he was a 1st-round draft pick, so we also have the 5th-year option with him. I think that was a fantastic trade. Overall, I think this was a good mid-season report. So guys, please leave a like. Comment down below what you thought I could have done better during the mid-season report. And next time, in the next stream, which will be Tuesday, I believe it's the 30th. Let me check that real quick as I'm doing this. Yes, it's the 30th. I will be live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Larrbearxd at 7 p.m. And we will be going through the Packers game, the Saints, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So hope you guys can come in and enjoy that. And if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. I do post these as quickly as I possibly can after my streams. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.